Kathy Jenkins. I'm the Chief Executive and Marshal of Cambridge.
Kathy, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us today and joining us all the way from the UK. That's appreciated. To begin, could you just briefly explain what Marshal of Cambridge focuses on and what its international footprint is, and primarily why it's expanding in Canada?
Marshal of Cambridge is the UK's largest independent defence and aerospace contractor. We have operated in the UK for over 100 years. We have an international footprint that has largely come from export business, but we have programs and activities in Northern Europe, in Canada, and we are building out across North America and obviously Canada as per the discussion today. We are already in Canada with our aerospace business and have been for a long time now, and that's been successful for us. And our relationship with Canada and Canadian partners goes back a long time. We have another business in our portfolio, our land systems business, and over the last few years we've been building that business through projects in Canada, and we are working with a new set of partners on a new opportunity in Canada, and it is that's the area of focus for our growth.
Obviously, we mentioned your international footprint at the top of the call, and of course you have experience dealing with a lot of jurisdictions around the world. If you had to zoom out and look at Canada in comparison to those other places that Marshal of Cambridge has a presence, are there any qualities or characteristics that you would pull out and highlight that make Canada in general a good place for FDI?
I think the secret to doing business in any country is the openness and transparency of dialogue. I think that needs to be a given. But for Canada, it is absolutely clear that things like ITB, IIC, they're all helping us coalesce our thinking and focus in and around how we progress quickly. So there are quite a lot of support. There's a lot of support that's been available to us that we've used, and it does help us as well that we've already got presence and got a team who are established and frankly quite well known in the sector.
You mentioned Invest in Canada there, IIC. Are there any specific instances of support or ways that they or other groups in Canada have helped Marshal of Cambridge expand its presence there?
So it's early days, but there are a number of areas. So obviously we've got to think about our physical infrastructure. So there's been a lot of support as we've looked at where we actually put our roots down and how we build and how we resource that activity. So yes, there's been that piece. There's a piece in and around how we actually deliver on our operations. So things like the Advanced Manufacturing Supercluster have been good in terms of shaping our thinking. We want to make sure that in our domestic environment, we have done a lot in and around the innovation space. So it is important again that we continue. So the Federal Innovation Programme is helping us think through how we apply that experience in a different context. So yeah, there have been a few examples.
You spoke about physical infrastructure there, but there's also a key ingredient to any foreign investment or any business, which is talent. Probably the most important one. Again, as someone who has experience around the world, how would you assess or describe the availability of talent in Canada? Engineering talent, which I'm sure is super important to your operations, but also managerial and general talent. How's that being harnessed to basically support foreign companies like yourselves looking to grow in Canada?
So I've been involved in Canada for probably about a decade myself, all over Canada. And as long as you know where to look, there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of capability, whether it is in operations, whether it is in engineering, whether it is in the executive space. And so I've always found it a labour market, sorry to use that term, but that's rich actually in terms of capability. We've done a lot of work, as you would expect us to do, around New Brunswick, just to and that's confirmed what I've just described. I think Canada has the same challenges as a lot of other countries in STEM, and just bringing and creating that capability in that arena. And again, through things like our apprenticeship program, through the work that we will do to attract capability and develop capability, we will. I'm confident that we can make the progress that we need to do to build the business.
You're a company with a large international footprint, so you have a unique perspective in terms of what are the main benefits or advantages that a foreign investor brings to a community or business ecosystem when it expands there. I'd like to hear your opinions on that and your experiences as well.
I think what an investor, an overseas investor, can do, hopefully, is something new, something different, and bring fundamentally new business, new employment, new opportunity. There is always well, in my experience, there's always things that a business can learn, and I think that works both ways. Actually, there will be, I'm sure, our own experiences, but we'll learn a lot in Canada. It works both ways, but I think that's quite. I see that working quite well, and Canada's been great for that for us. I think there's in the global supply chain. We in the UK, most of our supply chain is deliberately focused around small and medium-sized enterprise, and that's worked really well for us. And I think that's something else that I think we can do in Canada, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited to find those small businesses and engage. So I think that can work well, but also. International business attracts international business. So actually, that's the other thing that we hope to do from our Canadian base.
We've been speaking for a while already. I'm sure we could continue, but we have to wrap it up somewhere. I want to give you the opportunity to share any final thoughts or anything you think we should dive into deeper, or anything that wasn't covered. Any thoughts on that?
I think for us, we're just really excited, and for any of us who have worked around with Canadian businesses, we just think this is a fantastic opportunity. And there's always been close links between the UK and Canada. There have always been close links between Marshall and Canada. We think that there's a lot that we can do, and having researched and having had some experience, we just want to get going. We're just really excited to get started.